1 hour ago just, Hollywood star Matt Damon shocked the world by accusing media mogul Oprah Winfrey of an unimaginable betrayal, gifting his wife to music icon Diddy. What made Damon's claims so explosive was the sheer audacity and depth of the betrayal it implied. Oprah Winfrey has long been regarded as a paragon of empowerment, integrity, and influence. She is a titan of media, a philanthropist, and a role model to millions. To suggest that behind this benevolent public facade lay a darker, more manipulative reality shook the foundations of many people's perceptions. Damon's testimony painted a picture of a powerful woman who, rather than using her influence solely for good, had crossed ethical lines in deeply personal ways. According to Damon, Oprah played a key role in an arrangement that involved his wife and Diddy, orchestrating and facilitating their relationship without his knowledge or consent. The implication was clear: Damon was not just a victim of personal betrayal but also of a calculated manipulation by some of the most influential people in the world. This revelation immediately sparked a wave of questions. How could Oprah, who has built a brand around trust and uplifting others, be involved in something so insidious? What role did Diddy, a man celebrated for his success in the music industry and his charisma, play in this alleged betrayal? And most importantly, what did this mean for Matt Damon and his marriage? These questions swirled in the public's mind as media outlets scrambled to unpack every detail of the testimony, seeking answers that seemed elusive yet tantalizingly close. Matt Damon's relationship with his wife has always been somewhat shielded from the relentless glare of fame. While the couple has been public on certain occasions, they maintained a level of privacy that kept their personal lives largely out of the tabloids. Damon himself has been careful to separate his private life from his career, rarely discussing intimate details. That's what made this courtroom moment so extraordinary. It was a rare, raw glimpse into the fractures that had developed behind the scenes. Damon spoke candidly about his feelings of betrayal, pain, and confusion. He described moments when he sensed something was amiss but was unable to confront it fully until the events culminated in the shocking realization of Oprah's involvement. The testimony delved into intricate details about the timeline of events, describing how the relationship between his wife and Diddy allegedly evolved with Oprah's knowledge and tacit approval. Damon recounted instances where he felt excluded from key moments, sidelined by decisions that seemed to happen without his input or awareness. These moments, Damon argued, were part of a larger pattern of control and manipulation. He painted a portrait of a tightly knit circle where power was wielded not just through influence and money but through the control of personal relationships and loyalties. This perspective challenged the sanitized image often portrayed by celebrity culture and hinted at a more Machiavellian side of Hollywood's elite. Legal experts following the case have noted that such allegations, if substantiated, could have far-reaching consequences. Beyond the personal heartbreak, there are potential legal ramifications involving issues of consent, privacy, and defamation. Oprah Winfrey's legal team has denied the accusations vehemently, calling them baseless and inflammatory. They argue that Damon's testimony is an attempt to gain public sympathy and distract from unrelated legal troubles Damon is currently facing. On the other hand, Damon's lawyers have presented evidence they claim supports his story, including private messages and testimonies from insiders who suggest a long-standing pattern of covert dealings among the parties involved. The evidence presented included what Damon's team described as intimate correspondences and documented interactions that indicated prior knowledge and approval of the relationship between Damon's wife and Diddy by Oprah. Some of these communications were purportedly coded or indirect, meant to conceal the true nature of the arrangements. The courtroom drama took a particularly intense turn when these messages were read aloud, painting a vivid picture of secrecy and subterfuge. For many observers, these revelations brought a new dimension to the case, shifting it from a he-said-she-said dispute to something that appeared more like a carefully orchestrated web of deception. Public reaction to these unfolding events was swift and overwhelmingly divided. Social media platforms became battlegrounds of opinion, with hashtags trending that ranged from #OprahBetrayal to #MattDamonTruth. Supporters of Damon praised his bravery, saying it took courage to come forward against such powerful figures. Others questioned the timing and motives behind the accusations, pointing out that Damon's public image and career could benefit from the heightened media attention. Oprah fans rallied to defend her, emphasizing her history of philanthropy and positive influence, while some dismissed the entire scandal as sensationalist and manufactured. The emotional toll on those directly involved cannot be overstated. Relationship counselors and psychologists analyzing the case have highlighted how public exposure of intimate betrayals can cause deep psychological wounds. The strain of legal battles, coupled with relentless media scrutiny, places enormous pressure on personal relationships, often exacerbating conflicts and making reconciliation difficult. Damon's decision to air these grievances publicly, while understandable in the pursuit of truth, risks not only his marriage but also his mental health and public reputation. His wife, caught between loyalty to her husband and the allegations, faces an equally precarious situation, with her privacy shattered and her personal life under relentless examination. This scandal also serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of fame and the complex interplay between personal and professional lives in the spotlight. Hollywood has always been a world where boundaries blur, and power dynamics can influence decisions that go far beyond the surface. The Damon-Oprah Diddy case has exposed these dynamics in a way rarely seen before, forcing industry insiders and fans alike to confront uncomfortable truths about trust, manipulation, and the cost of maintaining public facades. For Oprah Winfrey, the accusations strike at the heart of her carefully constructed image, known for her advocacy of honesty, empowerment, and self-improvement. The suggestion that she would manipulate personal relationships for gain threatens to unravel years of goodwill and respect. The challenge she faces is not only legal but also deeply reputational. How she navigates the fallout could redefine her legacy, testing whether the public will continue to embrace her as a beacon of integrity or view her through a lens of suspicion and controversy. Diddy, meanwhile, finds himself entangled in a narrative that threatens to overshadow his many achievements. As a music mogul and cultural icon, his public persona has largely been one of success and resilience. This scandal introduces a narrative of complicity and moral ambiguity, challenging the public's perception of his character. His silence during the initial stages of the trial was interpreted in many ways, from strategic legal caution to perceived guilt, fueling further speculation. The intersection of these three powerful figures' lives, once private, now unfolds as a dramatic saga watched by millions. The courtroom proceedings have also sparked wider debates about the boundaries of privacy for celebrities. In an age where every personal detail can be broadcast instantly, the line between public interest and invasion of privacy is increasingly blurred. This case highlights the tension between the public's right to know and the individual's right to confidentiality. The media frenzy surrounding the trial underscores the hunger for celebrity scandal, but also raises ethical questions about the cost of such exposure on real lives. Beyond the immediate fallout, the Damon-Oprah Diddy scandal has implications for the entertainment industry as a whole. It exposes vulnerabilities in the systems of power and influence that govern Hollywood. The idea that personal relationships can be manipulated as currency in the game of fame and fortune challenges the notion of authentic connections in an environment often criticized for superficiality. This case may prompt calls for greater transparency and ethical standards within the industry, encouraging a re-evaluation of how power is exercised and protected behind closed doors. The story has also become a reflection of broader societal issues around trust and betrayal. In many ways, the public's fascination with this scandal mirrors larger cultural anxieties about loyalty, honesty, and the hidden costs of ambition. Damon's narrative, whether fully accurate or not, resonates because it speaks to the universal fear of being betrayed by those closest to us. It invites viewers to consider the complexities of relationships in any context, particularly when fame and power are involved. Throughout the trial, every detail has been scrutinized, from Damon's emotional testimony to the tone of Oprah's legal responses. Legal analysts have pointed out that the outcome could set important precedents for future cases involving personal disputes among high-profile individuals. Issues of consent, privacy, and defamation are being tested in real time, with potential ramifications far beyond this single case. The way the court balances these competing interests could influence how celebrity scandals are handled legally and publicly in the years to come. As new witnesses and pieces of evidence continue to emerge, the narrative remains fluid and unpredictable. The courtroom drama, far from being a closed chapter, seems poised to evolve with each hearing. This ongoing saga keeps fans, critics, and legal experts alike on the edge of their seats. As the truth behind the allegations slowly unfolds, each revelation adds layers of complexity, challenging assumptions and reshaping public opinion. The cultural resonance of this scandal is undeniable. It challenges the idealized images we hold of public figures and forces a confrontation with the messier realities behind fame. The Damon-Oprah Diddy triangle becomes a prism through which issues of power, manipulation, and morality are examined on a global stage. The case invites reflection not only on the individuals involved but also on the societal structures that enable such dynamics to occur. At its core, this story is a profound human drama. It speaks to the pain of betrayal, the struggle for justice, and the quest for truth in a world often dominated by appearances and influence. As the court proceedings continue, the eyes of the world remain fixed on these three figures, each navigating their own challenges amidst the swirling storm of scandal. The final outcome may remain uncertain for now, but the impact of these events will be felt long after the courtroom doors close. In the meantime, the public is left to wrestle with their own judgments and reactions. The Damon-Oprah Diddy controversy offers no easy answers, only complex questions about trust, power, and the cost of fame. It reminds us that behind every headline lies a story of real people grappling with very real emotions and consequences. If you found this deep exploration compelling, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth coverage of celebrity news, legal battles, and entertainment controversies. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more exclusive content soon.